You got a low-end PC and you wanted to start using it to stream, but you do not know is it capable of actually doing it. So do not worry, we got you covered. In today's video, we are going to discuss about the 3 main things that you need in your system in order to allow you to have a smooth streaming experience. It might help you to save some money when it comes to upgrading your PC in the future. So stay with me, you won't want to miss this. So when it comes to streaming with a low-end PC, the first thing you have to ask yourself which is what type of game that you would like to stream. It is because different type of game actually have different types of requirements. When you wanted to stream some of the massive games such as PUBG, Apex, Fortnite or Call of Duty, all these type of game, it takes a lot of CPU cores that you need. So the first thing we need to discuss which is CPU or Central Processing Unit. It plays a massive role when it comes to streaming and gaming at the same time. It has to process the game and encode your stream so it can be sent to platforms like YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, or Cakes in real time. So if your CPU is too weak or overloaded, you'll experience lag, stuttering, drop frames. Basically, your stream gonna look like slideshow and no one wants that. From what we know of the basics about CPU, it does actually comes with minimum of 2 cores, 4 cores, 6 cores, 8 cores, or even more. You'll have to actually check on your system how many cores do you have in your CPU. Why do I say so? It is because CPU cores, it handles almost everything in your PC, such as loading up your system, loading up all your background apps, and of course and streamings and gaming at the same time. So how many cores do you think you'll need at least for streamings and gaming? The answer is you'll need at least 6 cores. Why do I say so? It is because from my previous experience, I'm actually using i5 9400 Coffee Lake CPU which comes with 6 cores and 6 threads. It actually provides me a very smooth experience when it comes to streamings. So why do you need 6 cores? It is because in order to load up your system window, it needs at least 2 cores to load up window. So just another 4 cores balance left in order to actually handle the streams and your gaming at the same time. So if you do not have a 6-core CPU, do not worry. There are actually ways to optimize your streaming and gaming at the same time. All you need to do is just lower your resolution for your gaming and also for your streaming software, make some adjustment on your OBS setting, and of course, do not forget to close unnecessary program. It able to help reduce the burden or overload of your CPU. Got more questions about streaming? Drop me in the comments. So once you have done all the settings, when it comes to smooth experience, you're also able to ask your viewers or encourage your viewers to like, share, or even subscribe to the channel in order to build more audience engagement. So after the CPU, the second thing we have to actually focus, which is very interesting, that is GPU or Graphic Processing Unit. So what does GPU basically does? It actually have to handle all the heavy liftings for your game, which includes all the textures, the lightings, graphics, and also all the effects. So the better your GPU, the better your game will run. If you do not have a very powerful or decent GPU, can you still stream with your current low-end GPU? The answer is it depends what type of GPU you have. I actually suggest that you have at least 1660 GPU or even a 1650 GPU. By any chance, if you do not have a powerful NVIDIA GPU, do not worry. There are still ways to optimize your gaming and streaming. You just have to reduce the resolution of your gameplay and you have to pick the right GPU setting in your streaming software. I do know that GPU actually it is very costly when it comes to powerful GPU for nowadays, but do not worry, you have to need at least a 6 GB memory of a GPU, and of course, when it comes to reducing your gameplay resolutions, you can either use 1080p with low settings, or maybe if your GPU still can't handle the load, you're able to reduce it to 720p. You can try high setting first. If it's still laggy, you're still able to reduce to a medium or even a low settings in your gameplay. I'll drop a link on the description below so that you'll know how to actually improve your gaming color filters using your Nvidia GPU if it does support in-game overlay. So after we discuss about the CPU and GPU, third thing you'll need to focus, which is also plays a very important role when it comes to your streamings and gaming at the same time, that is RAM, or Random Access Memory. RAM is like your PC short-term memory. When you're gaming and streaming at the same time, it has to actually access to a lot of information such as handling your game, handling your OBS, and also handling all your background apps in your system. So that is where your RAM comes in. So how much RAM do you need to stream smoothly? For most games and streams, 16 GB of RAM is the sweet spot. It's enough to run modern games and streams simultaneously without slowing down your system. So if you have an 8GB RAM and streaming and gameplay at the same time, you're still able to do it, but you still have to close all unnecessary background apps, and of course you still have to lower your resolution in your gameplay and also in your streaming software. If you're still maxing out your 16GB of RAM while you stream and gaming, remember to close Chrome, or if you have Wallpaper Engine installed, do remember to quit your Wallpaper Engine, because both of the software did actually eat up a lot of memory in your system. So there you have it, the three main things that you have to focus on a low-end PC when it comes to streaming and gaming. Actually, there are much more things to cover, such as your power supply, your hard drive space, and even also your cooling system, which everything also makes a very important role. But CPU, GPU, and RAM plays a very massive important role when it comes to streaming and gaming on low-end PC. So that if you do want to upgrade in the future, I can actually suggest that you go for better CPU with even higher core, or you can actually add up more RAMs and actually upgrade to a better GPU in order to allow you have the best gaming experience. I highly suggest that you check out my streaming setup tutorial. It's gonna save you tons of time on how to set up for your streaming career. I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching.